I mean, don't get me wrong, I can wire a plug.
Welcome along, it's the Groove Junction, and we are back for another episode of the DJ's podcast, which is supported by Wolf Mix. Thanks, Wolf Mix. And as always, the main man who sits alongside me, I say sits alongside me, he's in another part of the country, the UK, sitting in his little corner office. Please give it up for my left and right hand man, Mr. John Colley.
Good evening,
No
good morning,
applause.
good afternoon. No applause, why not?
No. Listen, I don't, I felt it was
honestly,
like that, and I think you were expecting the applause.
I was.
But it's not happening.
I get a nice big build up each week, which is nice. Yeah. You never get one because I'm not trusted enough to open the show.
Absolutely.
Right? I get a nice big build up and then I don't even get a button push.
No.
You know what? I've not had a Groove Junction goodie for like ever.
Well,
I don't think I've ever had one.
You've never given any goodies?
Yeah, I have. I've given loads of goodie stuff.
Really?
Honestly, I'll tell you.
When
was the last time? What was a good thing? The plaques on the plaques on the metal stands. I should have got a Groove Junction goodie for that. I should have got one.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think it's an absolutely blinding tip. Because people be giving it, well, these are rubbish because they don't work. But, hang on a minute. DJ John Colley, he did say they don't work on metal. That's right. It was a Groove Junction goodie. And they'll remember that.
It wasn't a Groove Junction goodie. It was a...
You haven't even got the button.
I have got the button. It was one of those chirpies.
Cricket sound. That is chirpies. Well, that's the one I thought you were going to give me.
No, I pressed the wrong button. See, this is another reason why I don't keep pressing the buttons, because I keep pressing the wrong ones. Anyway, John, episode 61, Here we are, we're back. So last week, very little quick recap before we get into the rundown. We did our first ever live.
Yeah.
Live. We're going live. We went live on YouTube last Monday, which was episode 60. And we had some technical issues at the beginning, which we made perfectly clear to everyone. However, it weren't too bad, and we've had some really good feedback from people.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, really good feedback.
So I think we're definitely going to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do it again. We watch this space, but we are definitely going to do it again. It was enjoyable. And what we do,
it was funny.
Well, I say funny. It was a bit stressful. But anyway, but we'll give you plenty of notice in advance, and then what we'll do, we'll ask you for some topics.
Yes.
And then we can talk about those topics on the live. So we'll do that. We'll definitely do that. But as always, as we do, and we have done for many episodes now, we are going to get into the rundown, which is sponsored by Pro Mobile Magazine.
The Groove Junction Rundown is sponsored by Pro Mobile Magazine, the magazine that's got it all. It's a game changer. They don't just do surface level reviews, they dive deep with real practical insights. And the interviews, they feature some heavy hitters sharing seriously valuable advice. But it's not just about DJ gear. They cover everything. Marketing techniques, and even the latest tech trends like AI, which is super relevant right now. Honestly, if you're serious about your DJ career, you need to check them out. And here's the best part, we've got an exclusive deal just for the Groove Junction listeners. You can subscribe right now by searching Pro Mobile Magazine and hitting the subscribe button. Just use our special code, GroovePMSUB, for a 25% discount on your first year's subscription, which is 6 magazines delivered to your door. That's Pro Mobile Magazine. Don't miss out.
Thank you, Pro Mobile Magazine, for sponsoring the rundown. So, John,
yes,
I'm going to tell you what I got up to before I'm going to hand over to you,
okay.
John.
So you're proper like throwing a spanner in the works. You're throwing it all out there. We're going all over the place. Okay, go on then, Matty. So, Matty, what have you been up to?
Thank you for asking, John. So, this week I had a corporate event. Very nice. It was Hollywood theme type thing. so tuxes were on and stuff.
Nice.
But yeah, so that was a corporate event that I've done for a couple of times now for this company that have, keep coming back to me, which is good.
Yeah.
I had a kid's 13th birthday party on the Friday, and then I was up supporting the team in Sheffield Cathedral, where we did a silent disco, which we'll talk about a little bit more detail, because we had some things that took place. But yeah,
Interesting.
it was a good weekend. It was a good Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Slightly different for me, because I was obviously in the wings on the Saturday and not on the stage. So it was a bit. Was it weird for me? It was.
Was it though? Yeah. Was you bored?
It was. It was nice. It was nice in the sense that I was able to see you guys do your thing, but it was also nice just to see what they're like as well. Because obviously I've done a lot of silent discos now over the last 3
You've done a
years.
few. Yeah, you've done a few.
I've done a few, but I've never really been in it and experienced it, if that makes sense, on the ground, on the floor level.
I have to be honest. I mean, I was grateful that you was there. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, I felt the pressure, a little bit of pressure, because I was doing the green channel. I've only known you to do the green channel, maybe the blue channel once or twice, but 9 times out of 10, you've always done the green channel of all the gigs that we've worked side by side with. Yeah,
Okay.
and there's some pretty big boots to fill, because you're very energetic, you're very engaging with the
Size 10.
crowd.
Just size 10, John.
Size 10. With the same,
Just size
what?
10.
With the same size feet, but like, God, man, I'll tell you, it was one of them. It's just like, and I know people say, "Oh, look, Matty was spying on you," and this. No, you were there for support, but it was a little bit. There was a little bit of pressure for me because of the green channel, because it is one of the most popular channels, to be fair, and it's a very strong channel as well.
Whoa. I'm just going to stop you there, right?
I know exactly what you're going to say.
I've created these playlists, so it's not a strong channel. Like, it's a fairly even match across the board in relation to
Well, I
me.
knew you was going to say that as soon as I said that, but you know, you've always done the green channel. You've always excelled at it, and it was a kind of a little bit of pressure on me to deliver the same as you did, and I think I did okay. I haven't heard otherwise, but you did give me some valuable advice.
I did.
In the break between the shows, and that was I speak very quickly, very quickly, and I needed to take a step back and slow down. I believe, I'm pretty sure you came up to me at the end and you said that was a lot better at the end of the second one, because it was slowed down a lot. Yeah. But had you not been there, I wouldn't have got that advice, and I would have done the second, the second finale exactly the same as the first, and it would have, it wouldn't have been as good, as good as what you'd think. So I feel that it was very valuable that you was there, and I know I wouldn't complain if you was at another one, overseeing from the wings or what, supporting or whatever.
All right. You just don't want me on the stage anymore. Is that what you're getting at?
I just want to lift.
All right. Yeah, so that was my week. So what about you, Mr. Colley? You had a busy one. A very busy one.
Yeah. So Thursday I did the charity event, the charity quiz event. Now, I've never been a quiz master. I don't think I've ever been to a quiz as it goes. Had great fun there. No, I don't think I have. I'm not exactly like, the brightest bulb in the pack, Matty, to be fair. Do you know what I mean? So
keep going. Stop putting yourself down.
No, seriously, I'm not. But no, I did the charity event, went really, really well, engaged with everyone that was sitting down, raised a lot of money for the charity, which was great. Friday, 2 school discos back to back. That was really good. Enjoyed that. Saturday, up in Sheffield with you. And I met up with one of the people that were on the live last week, Johnny B, lives up in Sheffield. Very quickly, I'm not going to go too much on about it, but met up with him very quickly. First time I've ever seen him. We've known each other for years through streaming online, through lockdown, etc. And then Sunday, I did a 5th birthday party over in Hertford and it was a Wednesday thing. They even had a Wednesday character turn up to teach the kids the Wednesday dance. Even I learned it. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so pretty full on weekend. Not a lot of sleep, a lot of jumping around.
Yeah, it was
good
a
fun.
little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good
I
fun.
noticed you did nod off in the car on the way home.
You know what? I was what was I looking at? I can't remember. I did doze off. I think I was about 10 minutes out when we something like that. I just dozed.
Bit more.
You say that it can't have been that long.
All right.
Can't have been that long.
Anyway, thank you, Pro Mobile. Thank you, Pro Mobile, for sponsoring the rundown. As always, you can get your wonderful discounted copy of the Pro Mobile magazine if you dial up to their subscription by logging onto the Pro Mobile magazine website and using our very nice code, which we mentioned in the little music montage of our voiceover.
Yeah.
Just type in Groove PM Sub and get you 25% off discount on your Pro Mobile magazine. So thank you, Pro Mobile magazine.
Thank
John,
you, Pro Mobile.
I will
Yes.
see you after
the break.
I'm going to. We alluded to it in the rundown. I say we, and I say this collectively because we work very closely alongside the production team for Silent Disco's Incredible Places. They're a company called Boom Group, and we work alongside them. And I say the DJs, minus one DJ actually. Sophie didn't come for food, but me, you, and John. So me, you, and John, Johnny Lowe. The Mitchell twins. So I took the Mitchell twins for food. I say I didn't. They paid for their own. But we went to Nando's anyway. After Nando's, we went back to the cathedral, and we had about half an hour, 40 minutes before doors opening, and there was some technical issues that were happening with the lighting for the show in Sheffield. So just by chance, and you think, oh yeah, it's only because you're a Wolf Mix ambassador. But just by chance, I had the Wolf Mix still in my rucksack from the night before. Because I keep everything in the rucksack, I don't take anything out. So it was still in there. So I just said, well, why don't we just hook all the lights up to the Wolf Mix? And that's literally what we did. So we threw 30 uplighters into one universe, and then on the second universe, and thinking back of it, I know we were a bit stressed trying to get it done in time, but we had 8 moving heads as well, wash lights, which we put into the second universe on the Wolf Mix. But I think ultimately we could have probably ran them all off one universe. There's only 30.
Yeah, no, we could have done it, to be fair, thinking back on it. But at the time, what we did come across a problem, didn't we? We put one light in, but it was lighting up the other ones.
Yeah, it was a bit weird.
It was a bit weird, but we sussed
we
it.
got there we got there in the end, and literally as doors opened, and I'm talking as doors opened, we fired up the lights, and literally the Wolf Mix ran the light show for us, which was the first time we've done that. It was the first time that Boom Group had seen it. And I had a phone call today actually from Adam, who owns Boom, one thanking us for stepping up and jumping on it, but also the fact of them going, like, this is a really good option for us. So I think they're going to probably put their hand in their pocket.
I mean, we was under a lot of stress at that particular point, you know, because we literally we had minutes to get it all up, and at one point, Boom were talking about, right, let's just do it like auto or sound to light, but sound to light in a silent disco is not going to work for a start because there's no PA system. But we did it, you know, and it was good that we managed to set up like literally the whole show in less than half an hour, and I don't, you know, to be fair, I mean, you can't say better than that, really. To be fair,
I think it was more the fact of we had to find the lights first and
Yes.
foremost, and that was the most difficult part of it, because then we obviously had to go on to Wolf Mix on my laptop, plug it in, sync across once we'd found the actual lights that they were using, yeah, and patch them all in. But once they were all patched in, it looked great. It looked
You know, I
absolutely
mean,
great.
yeah. I mean, I've done, you know, quite a lot of silent discos, and I will be honest, you would not have known the difference whether it be the Ava light system that they normally use or the Wolf Mix. It was brilliant. The show was brilliant. The colours were there. The movement was there. Yeah, pulled it out of the bag, mate. Well done,
Yeah,
you.
no, yeah, I was really pleased that one, we stepped up and decided to go that route and get it plugged in and get it all working. But we were under a bit of pressure, that's definitely for sure. And I only
Absolutely.
apologise to you and your friend Dave from
Johnny B.
not Dave, sorry, John,
Yeah. You,
from
you,
Sheffield, because
you know
I know
what?
you'd never actually seen him or spoke to him, but we were under a bit of pressure
Yeah.
to
But
get the show running.
the best thing about that is that he totally understood. He could see, you know, he could see what the problem was. And him being a DJ himself, he could see what the problem was. And he totally understood. And I walked him out and I said, listen, we're coming back next year. When we come back next year, I'll come up in the morning. We'll have lunch and blah, blah, blah. So that's not a problem. But one of the other things I just want to point out as well, Matty, is that you and I we were like pretty deep involved, like getting this Wolf Mix sorted out with the lights with the Wolf Mix, sorry. But the rest of the team, Sophie Lou and John on stage, you know, we had minutes to go before opening. John's done my sound check for me. He's checked my mic for me. He's got my first track in ready and playing as soon as the doors open. And it's all about teamwork and coming together. You know,
No, you're right.
the easy option for that was be like, you know what, your production, I'm DJ, not my problem. I'm going to do what I'm doing. But we didn't. We all pulled together as a team and we pulled it off.
Really good point, actually. Really good point. And to be fair, I said that to Adam today. I said, you know, we're one big family at the end of the day, and we're there to put on a show. And it doesn't matter if I'm a DJ or your production, or you know, however it is. You know, it's not even my company. It's not even my reputation on the line or anything like that. It's not my company or my reputation on the line whatsoever. But I, I'm really passionate about it, and I think that now, with the amount of years that I'm doing it, I'm becoming a bit of a face of the brand because the amount of stuff that I do with it. But I just want to make sure it's right for the customer, and regardless of it not being my baby, I just want to put on a show. And I think we all do. We all want to do that.
Yeah, we all do. Yeah.
And we definitely delivered in Sheffield. Really, to be fair,
Absolutely. And it was great because I mean, I was working with Sophie Lou. Sophie Lou presented when I was in Cyprus, the
she did.
podcast.
She
Yeah,
did a great job. She did a great job.
she was all right. Let's not
No,
like do me out of a job here, right? She was
but
all
she
right.
was really good.
She was okay.
No, she was
She
really
did.
good.
She did the break bit. She smashed that out of the park. To be fair, she did really well with that.
The whole episode, John. The
All
whole
right, mate.
episode.
All right.
Go on. Anyway, what were you going to say about Soph?
Well, I mean, I don't want to talk about her anymore. No, I mean, I managed to have a night. Yeah, we was chatting all different stuff about this, that, and the other, and she said to me that she'd come away from social media a little bit. She could see the signs that she was it was stressing her out, so she pulled away. And one of the people because one of the people for Real Not Perfect events, she goes to every single one. This person goes to everyone. Noticed that Sophie hadn't been posting anything and reached out to her, and that really struck a chord with Sophie. And she was like, "My God, the community is not all about money, 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 money. It's not all about gig, 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 gig. This one person who's been to she doesn't know her. She goes to all her gigs, but they don't know each other, but reached out and said, 'Hey, are you okay?' And you know what? Sophie said to me, and I'm sure she won't mind me saying this now, that she was humbled by that. Absolutely. And I think it is important. I mean, you've had it before when you've had stressed out times and all that. And then,
Yep.
Jules has reached out to you. And
Yeah.
even if you can't do anything to help that person at that time, the fact that you've reached out. That person, you know that person is there. Should you need that little, foundation of support or whatever. So, yeah, pick up that.
No, you are correct, and it's nice that I was aware that Sophie decided to take a bit of a break. She had told me. Um, what is good out of all of that is that she recognised that she needed to take a break and take a step back from it a little bit. It can consume you. Um, sometimes you feel overwhelmed with the amount of content and other bits and pieces that you're trying to put out there. I know I do. And I've got my own personal account. I've got my own DJ name account. I've got my own DJ event account. I've got the Groove Junction account. Sometimes I go, oh man, I forgot to put out the Groove Junction reel for today.
Reels,
Right, I need
yeah.
to do that. It does consume you. So understanding when to take a break is actually a really good thing. And Sophie did that, and hats off to her for recognizing that, and also the fact that somebody else has recognized that, regardless of them saying, "I need help" or "I'm taking a break." Yeah, somebody else has done it, and it's happened to me. And you touched on it, Jules Vix.
Yeah. No, but I really enjoyed the silent disco. Talking with Sophie and John Lowe as well. He's got quite a few gadgets. That guy, hasn't he? Did you see him with his little glasses with his
John,
camera? John Lowe, yeah.
John,
John the DJ. Is it John? It
yeah,
is John
I
Lowe.
know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about. I was just like, I'm trying to work out who's Grant and who's Phil still.
mate. Come on.
And
It's obvious.
that's an English joke for our UK listeners, actually, more than anything. From a soap opera that we have over in this country. There's two bald-headed middle-aged men called Phil and Grant in this program that are brothers, and you could probably argue that John and John on stage were Phil and Grant, but you need to work out. In fact, I might put a little picture up on the screen.
Yeah, I'll bet you will. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know,
probably
I know
in a
who I
minute.
think I am.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll leave that because you two ended up having a fight over who was going to be who. But yeah, no, John. I think I nearly called him Phil. John, he did have a bag of tricks
He
with
did,
him.
didn't he? Yeah, he did.
He had wigs, glasses, tambourine. Yeah, he had his assemblement of of
I,
items
I
that
had Percy Pigs and a Pepsi Max. That's all I had in my bag.
yeah, okay, well, each to their own and all that.
Absolutely. Yeah,
But what I liked about that, he's thinking outside the box,
absolutely. Yeah,
bringing a bit of entertainment to it,
and
which
it is a
which
show at the end of the day.
and that's what it. And do you know what? I had this conversation tonight with my Canadian DJs who are just waking up over in Canada. We had a bit of a conference call with 3 DJs that I've got lined up for our first shows in Canada, and trying to explain what we do and how we do it. And to be fair, they are all very much along the lines of it's competition.
Oh,
All the silent
no.
discos is all about competition, and I'm saying that's not how it is. It's about vibe, good time, and
Yeah,
enjoying yourself,
yeah.
and letting the customers see that you're enjoying yourself. It's not about competition. And I think that's in one way why we've got such a good silent disco DJ team, because it's not a competition. And anyone that thinks it is a competition, unfortunately, there's no space for you on our lineup, because that's not how our nights go. It's all about us enjoying it and
Yeah.
having a
I
good
mean,
old.
there's, we've spoken about it many, many times. You'll have you'll have a great track on the blue, and then you'll have great tracks on the green and the red. But the 3 DJs, they communicate with each other and say, listen, I'm going in with Whitney now. And they know, no point in them playing out one of their bangers of a track because no one's going to hear it. And you work together. So it isn't a competition.
The customer has come to hear the best 80s tracks that were around, or 90s tracks, or noughties, whatever decade or whatever show we're doing. They've come to listen to the good ones. They don't want to be going, oh, I really like that song on the green channel, but I really love the one that's on the red channel at the moment. Why are they both playing at the same time? Like one woman came up to me at the end and going, loved the night, really enjoyed the night, but I didn't hear Candy. I was like, the red channel played Candy.
Yeah.
She played the red DJ. She played Candy. Oh, it must have been another channel.
Yeah,
You know,
yourself.
that's what it's about. But we didn't make it into a competition.
No.
But yes. But anyway, in relation to Sheffield, the Wolf Mix worked wonders. I've
Absolutely.
got a few little social media posts on it actually, and put it out there. I think
Yeah, it's
Wolf
funny.
Mix actually shared it as well.
Yeah, so talking Wolf Mix, Max Entertainment reached out to me as well today. He's just recently bought a Wolf Mix. He's getting out of the box tomorrow. He wants to know how to do a few bits and pieces, and I said to him, no problem. Should you need any help, give us a
Ask
shout.
Matt. Ask Matt
John.
Fletcher.
You know what? It's funny, right? Because I found a little video of me and you DJing. I was doing you as my light job, and then I scrolled down a little bit more, and then I found a video of me doing your lights. So it's 50-50, Matt. To be fair.
All right. Okay. Whatever.
All right. Oh,
Yeah.
mate, you're so, whatever.
Whatever.
What's, what's with the attitude tonight, eh? What's that about?
Listen, don't start.
Don't start.
Don't start.
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
But yes, so Mac Entertainment, reach out.
We're here. We're here for the help. We're here for the help. And subsequently, we just mentioned, if you feel that you need to step away from social media, or if you need to chat to anyone, we're also here for you as well.
100%.
Excellent.
And whatever, if you do reach out to us, don't think that we're going to talk about it on the podcast, because we wouldn't do that. We wouldn't even tell each other, because that's not, we're here for you. If you want to talk to us, have a scream, a shout, a cry, whatever, we'll do that, and we'll respect, we'll respect that, and it wouldn't go any further. So don't think that I'd love to talk to him about this, but I don't want it plastered all over the podcast. It wouldn't. And we wouldn't tell it. We wouldn't tell each other, because that's not fair.
You know what? You're absolutely right. And following on from the live that we did last week, somebody reached out to me directly, and we had a good conversation for a good 45 minutes about a number of things. But that was a conversation for me and him.
Absolutely.
And that's pretty much where it stays.
Yeah.
Right, John.
Yes.
Because we haven't had a break yet. Or have we?
Yeah, we have. No, we have one.
We had, yeah.
We had one. You went, oh, that was a quick break. Oh, that was a nice break, John. I was like, oh, right, okay.
All right. Okay. Let's have another one then.
Okay. I'll see you after the break. You're supposed to say that bit, to be fair.
Okay, right. I'll tell you what, John, I'll see you
after the break. You should do it. Matt, I'll see you
in a minute.
Bring back Sophie. I'll tell you what, let's get Sophie in.
I'm going to ask a question because I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to talk about it. However, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it, but I'm not going to explain the backstory behind it. But this is a question that was posed to me, which I'm now posing to the community in the sense of, and I'm going to go down one track in relation to this. People are going, oh, just spit it out, Matt, spit it out. All right, I'm getting it. So ultimately, the question is, when is the best time for mobile DJs to purchase speakers?
When the wife's asleep? No, when the wife's asleep.
Okay, so that's the question, because that question was posed to me. And I'd be really interested to hear what our mobile DJ community would say to that. Now, you could have a number of different options. I'm going to give you a few options now. So option one, just after Christmas and New Year, so that January, February period. Is it before the summer season starts kicking in? Is it after the summer season kicks in, before the winter season. There's a number. So what I'm asking, I need the community to now jump on this and tell me when they feel, from a mobile DJ point of view, is the right time to go out and purchase a set of brand new speakers.
Yeah. So
Even
when we're talking brand new speakers, I mean, we're talking, well, yeah, we're talking, how much what sort of price bracket are we talking?
I'm not. We're not.
Any price, any
This is
speaker.
a this is a PA
Mhm.
speaker system, whether
Mhm.
you are tops and bottoms, whether you're column arrays, whatever you
Whatever you
buy.
want.
When do you think is the best time to buy speakers?
There's no right or wrong answer to this.
No, there is no right or wrong answer. But I'd be interested to know when that is for people. And I don't want to hear in the comments from people, oh yeah, when my speakers break, that's the best time to get them. I've brought speakers previously that were working absolutely fine, and I've gone, actually, I feel like I need to have a bit of an upgrade.
You know, I was exactly the same with my last set of speakers. I was like, you know what, these have had a good run. There's nothing wrong with them.
So yeah, so don't. I don't want to. Let's not try and jumble this up and go, well, the only time I'm going to buy speakers is when they're broken. I want to know, when in a calendar year, when do you feel is the best time to buy?
Yeah, put it in the comments there. Put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments. Let us know, because I'll be interested to know about that. Which then brings me on to another sort of question, and we talked about it, touched on it previously when we were talking about, i.e., the money side of what we do and making sure all of our equipment is up to date and on point and is clean and is tidy, and the maintenance side of things. You've got a bit of an issue with some lightings.
Yeah, so I did a kids party yesterday, and I was like hooking up my lights, and I noticed that one of my cables, which is a splitter cable, power cable, I noticed that I could see the cables inside the black sheathing, so I could see the yellow, the brown, and the blue, and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with it. You know, the cables inside the black sheath, they're not broken or anything like that. But for me, that's not acceptable. So I know we say, like, you know, I'm going to do my maintenance and my cable checking and all that in January or February when it tends to be a little bit quieter.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I could probably wait a couple of months because, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. But for the sake of like £6, I think it cost the splitter cable cost me something like £6. Just get it now. Just get it now, get it done, and then you've got nothing to worry about. I don't think there's any set time to put yourself into a maintenance program. I think you need to be on top of it all the time.
Yeah, I get that. But why are you going to purchase a new one?
Why?
Why don't you just rewire and...
No, because it's actually a sealed unit. It is actually a sealed unit splitter. You can't rewire it. So rather than mess about and you just
cut it and then rewire.
That's just not me, to be fair. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can wire a plug and I could probably, I could splice them together but then I'd have to have tape around it. I might just, for the sake of like a couple of quid, I'll just go and buy a brand new cable, and that way I know it's going to be okay.
Okay.
I mean, £6 in the long run, what's it? Would you do that? Would you sit there and would you repair it?
Yeah, if I could, yeah.
Oh, you would? Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I just think
I was just going.
I can wire a plug, but I just think, like, for the sake of like 5 minutes.
Yeah, but would you not then have in your mind, you're not a qualified electrician at the end of the day, Matty, right? I know it's a case of just like...
I know how to wire a plug and then obviously get pat tested. Because
but it's not the plug. It's not the plug that's broken. It's the sheathing halfway up.
But yet, how far up on the cable is the sheathing now starting to come away?
Oh, right at the splitter.
All right. Oh, okay. If it's right, okay. Okay. If it's at the splitter, then yeah, you need a brand new cable. Yeah.
I think I'll do that then.
If it's at the splitter point, then there's
Yeah, that's
hello,
right.
you need a new cable. But if
Yeah.
it's like, if it's coming, because I find a lot with cables is when you plug in your cable into the back of your light fixture, whether that be PowerCon, whether that be kettle lead, whatever it is, like sometimes it starts because of the angle of the light
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
that bends. Sometimes it starts to stretch out,
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and that annoys me because I look at that going, "Oh no, that's not great." So that maintenance needs to happen. So from that point of view, it's easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
you're only losing a tiny little bit of the actual length of the actual cable rather than at the split of a splitter cable, then you need a brand new one.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to buy myself a brand new one. There's peace of mind for me as well. You know, I know that cable will probably last, till January when I tend to do my maintenance. You know, I'm just gonna do.
Then, but also from that point of view, from a safety point, until that is pat tested, shouldn't really be using it.
See, now this is something that I was reading up on about a little while ago. Right now, I was on the understanding, number one, that you only need a pat test done every 3 years.
Yeah, but you got a new cable.
Yeah, but I thought that a new cable was already safety inspected for the first year anyway.
Yeah, but if you're then re-amending that cable,
If I mend it, you mean? If I fix it?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying, oh yeah, get everything then retested.
Yeah. I
But
see what you're saying.
ultimately, that one cable that was pat tested originally, now you found a fault in it.
Yeah. It's failed. Yeah.
You've then fixed that fault. Then that cable should actually technically be put to one side, and you shouldn't be using it until that's re-pat tested.
Yeah. No, agreed.
Okay. Oh, well. Can we just make a note of that? That's
No,
episode
you're right.
61.
Yeah.
He agrees. But yes. Look, maintenance is key, and I think you're right, John. So make a note of it. You are right, John. If you're seeing any faults with your equipment and cabling and other bits and pieces, you need to deal with it there and then. Don't wait until whenever you feel.
Don't wait till it's like smoking under the DJ stand.
Yes. Oh, I didn't realise I brought the haze machine tonight. Oh no, it's not. It's all on fire. But yeah,
You know what? That brings me on to something else that I was watching earlier on, right? So I was watching a company called DJP Mobile Discos, right? They put a reel on Instagram, and I was watching it, and he was like doing a wedding reception. This guy, he was 30 minutes to the end of the night, and the whole village had a complete power cut. Complete power cut, the whole lot.
Home time, everybody.
Well,
Early night.
That's what I would have done. I'd give it, you know what, we're done. Right, I'm packing up and going home. But no, not this guy, right? His lighting was all battery operated, right?
Okay.
So they stayed on because they're running from battery. A bridesmaid had a little portable speaker, little wireless speaker, battery operated speaker. And obviously he had his phone. So he connected to his phone or whatever it was to the speaker. They popped the speaker into a pint glass to make it a little bit more amplified. And he carried on the party. I mean, I tip my hat to that guy, personally.
Okay.
I would have packed up and I'd be halfway down the road.
Process the fact of him putting a speaker into a glass and then him DJing using his phone.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, because he couldn't use any of his controllers or anything, or his speakers, because there's no power. Yeah. So, So, I would have, I said, I'm really sorry. There's nothing I can do. I'm going to start packing up and start going home. McDonald's shuts in half an hour, right? And I would have been on my way. But he found a solution, and away he went.
Yeah.
Which I thought was great.
Wow, he's delivered the night.
Yeah, delivered. There you go.
It'd be interesting to know if anyone would continue the night in that frame of.
Would you?
No.
Half hour to the end? Nah. I'll be honest. I'll be like, you know what? By the time I've got the speaker, a pint glass, I'd be like, you know what? We've got 10 minutes.
I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out.
Thanks so much. I'm really sorry we can't do anything about the power cut. It's completely out of my control.
You know, but then this is where, you know, what we was talking about last week and how our industry is evolving every week. We have got battery operated controllers. We have got battery operated speakers.
We have.
You
But
know,
if you haven't got them at that gig, there's no point.
no, absolutely.
No.
So,
However, there is
Mm.
a however in relation to that. And this is more about the recent updates that have come out from Spotify and Apple around the mixing of music that can detect key, it can detect BPM, and will mix all of your songs in your playlist.
yeah.
Yeah.
Soon we could be.
Is this the end of the end for the DJ?
It's a worrying thing.
Is it though?
Well, I mean, if you could like, you know, put in. So say you and I, right? We'll say, right, I've got these 5 club tracks I'm going to use. I'm going to play "Show Me Love," "Dreamer," the original. I'm going to play them 3, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Good.
And then you just pop that in a playlist,
Yeah.
and then Spotify will just mix all 3 of them tracks for you. Bosh, there you go.
Okay.
Why do we need to be there?
Okay.
It's scary. It's frightening because it's evolving.
It is evolving, and you kindly brought up the fact last week that, you know, it's evolving. However, whether AI is doing this and producing these sets and mixing these sets in accordance of BPM, key, how the transition is all good and well. But does that AI have the soul that we have in the sense of DJing? And this is another reason. This is another reason why we as a community of DJs need to up our game. And this goes back a little bit to what we mentioned about, it's going full circle, going back a little bit, what we mentioned about old Johnny Lowe, old Phil Mitchell on stage with you in Sheffield with his bag of tricks. These are little things that actually he's doing that makes us as DJs stand out. And you need to stand out. You can't just stand behind your booth, whether that's a combi booth, a Mark II booth, an all singing, all dancing Humpter or Equinox, but whatever booth it is, you can't just sit there anymore and do your thing. You have to bring the show.
Yeah, you have to. You know, you've got. I mean, AI can't read the room like we can. We can stand there. You know, if I put on Luther Vandross and no one's feeling the vibe, I'm like, right, let's get out of this because
Change it.
yeah, absolutely, you got to change it.
And,
You know,
that's the soul. That's the soul element I'm talking about. So everyone's going, oh yeah, this is good. This is great. This great tool. I ain't using it.
no, I won't be using it.
I'm never going to use it.
Do you?
Ever.
When you go, you do a gig, right? And I mean, and you need to go to the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've got certain points of my evening where I know I've got a 5 or 6 minute track that I will.
Yeah.
So I know that, right, I need to go to the loo, right. Well, I've got to hold on 10 minutes because I know in 10 minutes I can get away with switching around, putting this on, and then I've got 5 minutes to go. Have you got any tracks like lined up ready?
No, I just got a really strong bladder.
You know, I don't think. Yeah, okay.
I don't. I do. If I don't think I've ever DJ'd, whether it's 5 hours straight through the night. I've never gone. I have to go to the toilet halfway through. Never. Once I'm doing it, I'm doing it.
I'll do. I mean,
Do you?
this is why I've stopped drinking Red Bull silent discos. Because I drank a Red Bull in. I had a Red Bull in where was we? Guildford. Honestly, I was back and forth to that toilet like a yo-yo, right? And then right at the end of the night, I needed to go. It was busting night. We closed the show out. I went to the toilet, and the security guard said, "Toilets are shut, mate." I went, "Mate, I'm the DJ. I'm one of the DJs. Please let me go to the toilet." He went, "No, mate, toilets are shut." I'm like, "Mate, so I won't be drinking Red Bull again."
No. I've got a strong bladder. No, I don't have anything lined up ever.
No, okay, I just wondered if you had.
No.
No.
No. But then, will people consider using the mixtapes or the mix functionality?
Well, I mean, to be fair, I mean,
during background music, maybe.
maybe. I mean, depending on what like platform you use. I mean, I know VDJ's got like an auto mix feature, but you can sort of set it so right, I want you to fade out 10 seconds before the end and whatever. It's not a mixed thing like this thing. I won't be using the Spotify thing. I won't be using it.
So yeah, that's.
But it's there. It's there. It's another thing. It's another tool there if you need it.
But as DJs, we shouldn't be relying on that.
No, I don't think so.
No, and no.
No.
So, John, been a great episode. What you got coming up, mate?
Right, so I've got a wedding on Friday, which is Brentwood Way, which they got married in Portugal. So they're like having a party for family and friends over here. Saturday, I have a 30th birthday in Southend, actually on Southend Seafront, the venue just right on the seafront there. And then Sunday, I am up Great Yarmouth Way for a kids' party.
I love the way that you give the locations and stuff of where all your things are, because
it's irrelevant to our lot
of countries that listen to this podcast, right, and you go, oh yeah, I'm up in Southend on say, like people don't know it, John.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But then,
so just give me, I've got this on this day, I've got this on this day.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Matt. After 61 episodes, I should know this, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then it's taking you 61 episodes to tell me about it. So, But anyway, yeah. So there we go. So a wedding, a 30th, and a kids' party this weekend. What about you? What you got? What you got?
Nothing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing this weekend. Weekend off.
Get that family time.
Yeah. 100%. Because I think after this weekend, I've got something every weekend all the way up to Christmas. So yeah, this is the last hurrah before the rush into Christmas. So yes,
and that will be here before you know it.
But then on the flip side, I'm managing 5 silent discos across the world with DJs this weekend.
Right, so you haven't really technically got the weekend off, really, have you?
Yeah. Well, I'm not spinning the wheels of steel.
No.
But I'm sort of keeping an eye on things. So we got three in Australia. We got Sydney. We got Adelaide, and we've got Perth. So we got 3 different cities. I think two of those. I think Adelaide and Perth are Friday, Saturday, and I think Sydney is for Saturday. And then we've got Rotterdam,
Europe,
and Glasgow. Yeah,
nice.
So 5. Yeah,
Glasgow's a bit of a trek. I'm glad I'm not on that one.
Okay,
it's a bit of a trek.
Well, I could have flown you there.
I know you would have done. I know you would have flown me there, mate. I would have gone out with my little FLX4 as well.
Anyway, yeah, so nothing. So family time, which is going to be great.
Well, I hope you enjoy it, pal.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, for joining us again for another episode and dialing in and listening on your favourite podcast provider. We are on YouTube as well. Please go and subscribe, and also go and follow us on our Instagram page as well, where you can get loads of updates and loads of silly little reels of John as Grant Mitchell from a...
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing these reels now.
Opera. Yeah. But yes, so we're over there. Go follow us on Instagram, and also go and like and subscribe to our YouTube page as well. That'd be great. Thanks for doing that in advance.
Yes.
We will see you same time, same place next week here on the Groove Junction. From me, DJ Matty F, and from him, DJ John Colley. I'll see you same time, same place next week here on the Groove Junction, John.
Nice one. Be safe. Be lucky.